Hi everyone, this is Jack Hurley, Superintendent of Schools, for another edition of A Word from the Superintendent. As we move into the month of March and hopefully an early arriving spring, the groundhog said spring is coming quickly, and we hope, for the sake of snow days and our enjoying the warm weather and our spring activities getting going, that he's right and we'll have an early spring. With spring comes a lot of activities in our school. I encourage you, as I've always done, to check on our website, check with your individual schools to keep track of the concerts, the plays, the spring sports and activities that abound throughout the district. And we always welcome your participation and support. During the end of this month, by the middle to the end of March, I should say, you'll be noticing information both on our website and sent to you from your schools regarding the upcoming park test. The park assessments this year are in their second year, as you are aware. There were some changes made to the assessment so that there'll be one round of testing per grade level, where testing takes place in grades 3 through 11. There'll be one round of testing. However, in that testing period, it will vary by school, the amount of time that's being spent and the type of schedule. So every school will be sending you a schedule for testing as we get into the month of March, and testing will begin the first week of April and take place pretty much the month of April at the different schools. We're going to try to organize it so that we can utilize our technology more effectively, where schools will be doing their testing 1 week, and then we'll be moving on to another venue. So be on the lookout for information about Park. We'll be putting out some frequently asked questions, fact sheets about the upcoming assessments on the web. And as always, if you have any questions or concerns, contact your building principal. During the month of March and throughout this year, we have been getting our reorganization plans for the next school year moving along. We have had committee meetings with our transition group, with our transportation group. They are making progress in working out some of the new details in those areas. The curriculum for the upper elementary school and the middle school, as well as some curriculum changes that are taking place as a result of the organization at the high school and at the elementary level, have also been developed and in many cases have already been approved at the board. So we are certainly ready and rapidly getting nearer to completion of all of our plans. Our faculty and our staff have been meeting with their new colleagues, so to speak, in preparation for some of the changes, and there have been plans in the work for scheduling meetings and parent information meetings at the new schools. So again, be on the lookout for information about that. And during the month of March, for example, Union School, the students for next year will be invited to a meeting, as will their parents, to go over curriculum offerings and to begin their scheduling. So we're well underway, and it's an exciting time in the district. In addition to that, as you know, we're beginning a preschool program next year. Registration is ongoing. You can make an appointment up at the board office to register your 3-year-old or 4-year-old for the preschool. There are still some slots available. They are moving relatively quickly. As you know, we have a limit to enrollment, and once we reach that limit, we'll have a waiting list. If you're interested, please contact the board office regarding our preschool program. Kindergarten registration has also begun, and again, you can contact the board office to set up an appointment to do that registration. And there are details about this registration on the website at various locations throughout the borough, at the library, in our schools, and also, as I said, available by calling here at the board office. One of our friends and supporters, the Rutherford Education Foundation, will be having their annual wine tasting on March 12th. You can contact the REF either through our website or through an REF member if you're interested in attending that night. It's at the Elks. The money raised by the REF comes to the schools in form of grants to our teachers and programs, and they have done a wonderful job, and the community has done a wonderful job in helping fund so many programs. If you watch this video, you see a videotape that gets put together and processed, so to speak, through equipment that the REF helped purchase through a grant in our TV studio. So it's, I want to sound like I'm on PBS. If you want to continue watching this fine programming, make a pledge. But certainly any help you can give the REF is going right back into helping our schools and helping our students. So March 12th, there's a wine tasting. And also on March 12th, the annual Shamrock Run in memory and honor of Mike Cassidy, former teacher and assistant principal here in the district, is held that day. So it'll be a very active day in the community for schools on March the 12th. Another reminder that my second coffee with the superintendent is scheduled for March 19th in the high school cafeteria, beginning at 9 a.m. and running about an hour and a half or 2 hours. The idea behind this is to stop by for a few minutes or for the whole 2 hour if you like, to have informal conversations about any topics that you'd like to speak to me about regarding our schools. So the last meeting that we had, the coffee hour we had in the fall, I thought was a productive morning. Feel free to stop by for a cup of coffee on March 19th. And if you have a question, a comment, a concern, we could discuss it that day. It's not a planned agenda, it's more of an informal conversation. So I'm looking forward to seeing some of you there. The celebration of Good Friday on March 25th, the recognition of that holiday, schools will be closed. The Easter holiday is earlier this year, so the vacation doesn't correspond with that holiday. It's an April vacation that we have later in the month of April 11th, but we are closed in observance of Good Friday on March 25th, so you can plan accordingly. As we move forward and continue with a very strong academic year that we're having with our students and our faculty and staff, we also have an eye on the future as we have a lot of exciting things happening in the district. So I look forward to seeing you, whether it be in the schools, at a board meeting, or at the coffee hour, or at one of our events. And I welcome your input and your partnership as we move forward to have a very strong finish to this academic year and a great start to the next one where there's so many new and exciting programs coming to our students. Until next time, Jack Hurley, Superintendent of Schools. Have a wonderful month of March, and I'll see you in this April when the spring will really be here.